Shooting part 2. Now this is basically a little bit extra on the shooting video which you would have just watched, showing you how to make your character shoot something. So the only difference is you'll see that as I'm shooting, it's now a rocket instead of a ball, and the sheep, as it gets hit, its face looks a little bit different, and some of the interface is a bit different. Now the issue is, as I'm shooting, I can press the left mouse button down once and it will shoot the rocket. But if I have to rapid fire, so for example, I'm fighting something I've just got which needs like 100 hits, I have to really quickly press down the left mouse button, which can get quite tiring. And at the same time, I'm trying to move at the same time, which is a little bit awkward. So just a couple of little things I want to kind of go over first of all. With the script from the last video, there were two bits of script. One of them is projectile behavior, and it looks like this here. Now, in order to do rapid fire, rather than me having to press the left mouse button every time I want to shoot the rocket, all I need to do is change this to that. So I'm just removing the word down. So let's just test that. So if I save it and go back, and what should happen is when I run the game, when I press play, once it's done its checks, eventually, surely, anytime soon, I don't know whether I should pause. I just got a feeling I'm going to pause. Do I need to pause? No, I don't actually. It's working okay. I'm hoping anyway. Still haven't had any red error messages. Well, it shouldn't anyway. So if I press play, now this time, the sheep had better start running the other way because I'm literally going to blast her off the park. I say park, out of the farmyard. And when this eventually loads up, I'll spend 30 seconds just waiting for it to load. It's ridiculous. Anytime now. Here it comes. Right, so I'm going to hold down the left mouse button, and you can see it does a rapid fire. Now for me, that is way too quick. So I need to adjust this code a little bit more so that there's a little bit of a delay between each rocket coming out. Otherwise, it just may as well be a laser beam. So the things I need to change on here, I'm actually going to go and grab from this document. So I need to add a couple of lines at the top because we're going to be using a timer. So I'm going to drop those in at the top here. And like I said before, you can just type these bits in. I also need to add this boolean called can shoot, and I'm going to drop it. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. I'm going to drop it in this part here. I'm also going to grab this extra, which needs to go where we just changed the get button down to get button. So this is basically checking whether or not it is true or not. The can shoot boolean I've just set there. And I also need to take this. So rather than it go into the shoot routine, which it does there, we're actually going to change it. So it goes to a new coroutine, which again, I'm going to copy and paste across. So this is this I enumerator one here, this shoot with delay. So this code basically makes sure that in between the I'll paste it there. In between the, when I hold down the mouse button, there's a bit of a wait in between, which is going to be 0.5 seconds, and I can adjust that accordingly if I wish then. And I think that might be it. Let me just double check. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it. So once you've got all that stuff typed in, and I go to save it, like I said, what should happen is when we press, let's go back on the code to show you, it'll actually be better while it's doing that. So we've got this boolean called can shoot. And when I press the button down and can shoot is true, it basically calls this coroutine here, shoot with delay, and it shoots and gives it, and that basically allows us to shoot with a break of every half a second between each rocket coming out. Now, if I try to press shoot again in between that 0 and 0.5 seconds, it won't allow us to shoot. So we're going to test that now as well. So it's done this process and no error messages. Let's press play. And first thing I'm going to do is hold down the shoot button to see if it shoots out as quickly as it did a few seconds ago, like a laser beam of rockets basically. So let's go. So as I'm holding it down, it is actually shooting every 0.5 seconds, and that can be adjusted if you want it to be a bit quicker, a bit slower. But this time I'm actually going to spam the left mouse button. It doesn't matter how quick I press it, it's not actually letting anything out more than 0.5 seconds. So I might want to change a little bit, so if I do spam it, it comes out a little bit quicker, but generally I'm quite happy with that.